So, with Celtic appointing a new manager, a lot of questions have been asked about Martin O'Neill and what his future is. In today's video, we will discuss this and what his future holds. Not only that, we will also cover all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours.
But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content.
Michel-Ange Balikwisha's first appearance for DR Congo could hardly have been more dramatic, with the Celtic winger playing a vital part in pushing his new national team one step closer to the 2026 World Cup. The £5 million summer signing completed his switch of international allegiance from Belgium to DR Congo after months of waiting and was named on the bench for Friday's qualifying clash against Nigeria. The match proved to be a tense, exhausting battle. After 120 minutes, neither side could find a breakthrough, sending the tie to a penalty shootout with World Cup progression on the line. Balikwisha stepped up for DR Congo's fourth penalty and showed no sign of nerves. The Celtic winger coolly slotted his effort home, keeping his country alive and swinging momentum in their favour. DR Congo would eventually hold their nerve and progress. The victory means DR Congo have secured a place in the Interconfederation playoff tournament, which will determine the final two qualifiers for next year's World Cup in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. They will join Bolivia, New Caledonia, the winner of Iraq versus UAE. Two CONCACAF nations still to be determined. Celtic may need to prepare for losing their winger during the AFCON and potentially the playoff window, but they will undoubtedly be delighted to see him making such an instant impact on the international stage. Iheanacho and Tunekti will likely be away over the festive period, leaving a headache for whoever is in charge of those matches. As things stand, talks are progressing well with Wilfried Nancy, and he could be appointed before Friday's AGM. It's going to be a tension-filled day on Friday, but the board will hope a manager announcement will help ease the pressure on them just a little. Now for the main story, as Martin O'Neill's future at Celtic remains uncertain, but growing reports suggest the club legend could be offered a board-level role once a new manager is appointed. O'Neill has earned chance of support during his short interim spell, stabilising results and restoring unity after Brendan Rodgers' departure. However, while his name rings around Celtic Park, the current board remains under heavy fire from supporters. Fans have continued to demand change, with chants of "sack the board" becoming routine. The "not another penny" movement, urging boycotts of official club outlets, has added further pressure, with the club even introducing kit discounts to counter falling sales. According to Record Sport's Keith Jackson, the Celtic hierarchy could look to leverage O'Neill's enduring popularity to ease fan tensions by inviting him into the boardroom. Jackson said, "People are demanding change at board level. If Martin O'Neill was to take on some sort of role upstairs as part of the board, does that placate people? I think it would. There's an absolute loving for Martin O'Neill among the fans, and understandably so." He added that bringing O'Neill in could act as a shield for the embattled directors while buying time amid growing unrest. O'Neill's interim tenure is due to conclude after the international break, with Wilfried Nancy now the frontrunner for the permanent job. Talks with Columbus Crew have reportedly advanced, with a £2 million compensation package expected. Meanwhile, discussions between O'Neill, Sean Maloney and the club continue over what future role, if any, they may have at Celtic once a new manager is appointed. In other news, Kasper Schmeichel has revealed that his Celtic future will be decided with his family firmly at the heart of the discussion. As he approaches the final months of his contract at Parkhead, the Denmark international's deal runs until summer 2026, but both parties have agreed to sit down early next year, around February or March, to discuss his next steps. Speaking to BT in Denmark, Schmeichel explained that while football matters are always important, family stability takes priority. I have children who are approaching their final exams. They need stability in their lives. There are many considerations, but ultimately, this is what it means to be a footballer. The veteran goalkeeper, who turns 39 soon, has been one of Celtic's standout performers this season, keeping 7 clean sheets in 11 Premiership appearances and delivering key saves in big games, including the League Cup semi-final against Rangers. Despite speculation about a possible coaching role or contract extension, Schmeichel insists he won't rush his decision. Meanwhile, Backup keeper Vinny Sinisalo admitted frustration at his lack of minutes, saying, "Every footballer wants to play. The hunger is strong. The desire to perform is even stronger." Interim boss Martin O'Neill has continued to rely on Schmeichel's experience between the posts, a decision that's paid off, but talks in early 2026 will determine whether the Dane remains part of Celtic's long-term plans. In other news, as Celtic edge closer to appointing Wilfried Nancy as their next manager, fresh details have emerged about what his backroom team could look like once he arrives in Glasgow. According to Record Sport, it's unclear whether the Columbus crew boss will bring all his trusted lieutenants from the United States, but one thing seems certain: a local coach will be included in his Celtic staff that immediately raises the possibility of Sean Maloney staying on in a key role. Maloney, currently assisting Martin O'Neill, has impressed the club with his tactical insight and modern coaching methods. He fits the profile of the kind of figure Nancy wants alongside him, someone who knows the Scottish game inside out. Nancy's longtime assistant, Kwame Ampadu, and analyst Joanne Dammit are expected to follow him to Glasgow, having been crucial to his success in both Montreal and Columbus. When Brendan Rodgers left last month, much of his backroom team, including John Kennedy, departed with him, leaving major gaps. This gives Nancy the freedom to create a fresh structure, blending his MLS core with Scottish expertise. Sources close to the deal say Nancy values collaboration and is eager to integrate himself fully into Celtic's culture while maintaining continuity with his trusted team. NBC reporter Ori Benatar, who has followed Nancy in MLS, told Celtic News, "Nancy loves working with people he trusts. He brought his entire Montreal staff to Columbus. I'd expect him to do something similar at Celtic, though it wouldn't surprise me if he kept a few familiar local faces too." If talks continue smoothly, Nancy's coaching lineup, potentially including Maloney, could be officially confirmed shortly after his appointment. Lastly, after months of bare brickwork, steel, and fan frustration, Celtic Park's banners are finally going back up. The large-scale wraps that once decorated the stadium were removed earlier this year after storm damage, leaving supporters puzzled about the delay. Storm Eowyn, which struck Glasgow in January, caused the original banners to be torn down. 10 months later, the club has started installing a new design, with work well underway. The first section, at the southeast corner, features a tribute to the Lisbon Lions, the legendary side who won the European Cup in 1967. Early photos show that the new banners celebrate that historic triumph while modernising the look of Celtic Park. Although the full installation isn't complete yet, fans will soon get to see the refreshed exterior. The unveiling coincides with the team's upcoming fixtures, including a Europa League trip to Feyenoord, before returning home to face Hibernian, when supporters are expected to get their first proper glimpse of the final design.
What do you think of what we discussed in today's video? Let us know down in the comments section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.